Good morning, dear one.
Good morning.
Quite the world you live in.
Yes.
Quite the time you're living in. In yourself, you have your own private thoughts and feelings, but you don't necessarily share when you're out with others. But today, I go to that private you. Because the other you, it comes and goes. Sometimes you actually animate it with who you truly are. And when you do, you leave a very different vibrational impression upon all those within its reach. So, the you who is capable of that, that's the one I want to reach to today, you see. Because of what's happening in your world, there is so much energy being generated to separate you from who you truly are and keep you there. And you see, you'll do almost anything you can to protect that from anyone else knowing that you're being challenged. But you are. So I reach to you today and say, what are you doing about your own discovery? See, when you wake up in the morning, most of you jump into who you believe you are. And you proceed to act that out as if it were the best choice you could make. And where you are right now, with what's happening in your world, the best choice you could make really is going to fit you into certain vibrational frequencies that are going to either assist you in your becoming, or they're going to be there as a distraction. And you'll pay attention to them, and you'll also feel the struggle that's going on inside. And that's because you haven't risen to the point that you can in this incarnation of being who you truly are. I know sometimes you hear this message and you think, what is that to me? That message must be for someone else. But you see, actually, why I'm here today is to reach to who you are so that you can begin to believe this emanation of reality that is coming to you through the vibrational frequencies of the voice that I happen to be speaking through. You. I know you have heard it probably so many times that if you're not really paying attention, you just dull it out because of you're living who you believe you are. And you're letting that be your constant, dominant reality. And I say to you, that's not why you're here this time. Because you see, if you can't remember it now, you'll remember it after you pass out of your body. And you come over here to our side, and you will begin to, with full awakening awareness, see what you actually have accomplished in this incarnation. And you see, this particular incarnation is of great value because of all of the encouragement that's coming in the number of ways that it is, as you as human beings are inclined to be receptive to. There are so many new inventions that are being brought forth to help you open your mind and begin to recognize the power that lies within you as a mental being, that you can actually create and co-create. And you're being given that encouragement, and what comes through, that you are inclined to want to be a part of. And I say to you, this is good that you have such inclination, but it's not good enough. I can say it's wonderful to hear all of this, but that's not the point. What are you actually doing with your life? Who are you seeking out in your discovery? Who do you work with when you gain confidence from another that they begin to trust you? And you say, look at the power I have. And I say to you, this is just an inkling of the power that lies within you. But it's not going to come forth unless you choose to do something with who you are. Now, these words you may have not been prepared to hear today, but that's all right. The reason I say it in that way is because I know that there is within you a being who truly wants to come forth as you are. And you know that part of that is determined by your intent in awakening. Of course, the analogy happens to you every day. You wake up. And you wake up from what? Maybe you had dreams. Maybe you had what you call a good night's sleep. And I'm saying, as pleasant as that sleep may be, it is also a reflection of what you tend to live out in your daily encounters, because you are asleep to who you truly are. Of course, I know that if you are at this point in your life truly interested in awakening, if you truly are wanting to discover your power, your authority, who you magnanimously are called and being of light, then this is going to stimulate you. This is going to encourage you, because you know that there are those incarnated right now who are actually putting forth this effort, making discoveries about themselves, and as they do, they're finding that new opportunities of how they can be in life are opening up to them that were always there, but they were not there to greet it. So instead of continuing to have the idea that yourself gives to you that you're doing quite well and that's good enough. Instead of listening to that voice, and instead of listening to the distraction that is so prominent right now because it is being escalated out of fear. You see, those who have put so much effort forth to control humanity realizes that the pendulum is starting to swing to its absolute end. And they have what power? A loss of power and a continued loss. But they do not know what to do because they have lived that delusion themselves and believe that to be the only reality that is. So instead of listening to that voice, and instead of allowing it to pull you down, look at it and see, this is a true indication that a shift is occurring on the planet. And that it is shifting, and it is going to bring those who are awakening to it and harmonizing with its movement. And you'll find that's what I came here for. Because before I left, I knew this was happening. And surely I forgot all about it until I started hearing reminders. And those reminders started stirring me, just like they're stirring you right now. You may think that you are living a life of fulfillment and there could be no more possible increase. Notice the word I used to describe that? Believe. Believe. You are more than belief. Yes, it serves you, but it best serves you when you know. And then you can know, and in your knowledge, see that that can transform itself into an energy that reaches to others that are receptive. So I'm saying this to you. You'll encounter belief as you know. But as you know, you're going to see the limitation of belief. And you're going to be able to then reach to others who are still bound by their belief, but still have an open receptivity to coming to know who they are. And you see, you'll gain a capacity of vision that you'll actually be able to see what others are radiating and where they are. Regardless of what they may speak, you'll know because you see who they are at the level they are operating through. So I ask you, do you want this kind of awareness?
Yes. Yes.
Do you want to be able to look at children? Look at older people? I see a lot of you here. And see them with a clarity, so that if they're trying to put on airs, you'll see that radiating from them. And if they are being sincere in who they are, that's going to shine through. Mm-hmm. So, you see, this is a gift of discernment that becomes yours when you choose to awaken to who you are. And if this doesn't mean anything to you, then okay. But you did come here today, and you may say it's a consequence that this came through. You're wondering, what's this all about? So please, let's go to that first part. Who you act out is who you believe yourself to be. Pay attention to that. Not so that you can improve it, but that you can recognize, where does it really resonate with me, who I am? Does that actually convince me that this is what I'm all about? What I believe myself to be? Or have I the chance, have I the opportunity to actually discover more of who I truly am, so that I can bring that forth and in myself feel it enliven me, and with that enlivened energy, I'm able to reach into the lives and the elements that is all about me. Because you see, everything vibrates. Everything vibrates. So this may seem like I'm quitting halfway through. That's true. I am. Because all I came here today was just to stir you to take it from here, inside of you and inside of life. You see, what's out there is going to resonate with who you are when you go out there. And if there is a lack of resonance, if it's just cacophony, well then look and see, wow, I never saw that before. Could it be it's because I've shifted my inner reality and I'm no longer in harmony with that? Thank you.